Welcome everyone. Today we're gonna talk about Forza Horizon 4, the car lineup that has been leaked. You probably know this already, it's been all over YouTube. There was a leak of actual gameplay of the game in the Microsoft Store, and I think everyone has talked about it so far, but yeah, I want to give you a take on it. And yeah, I want to talk about the actual lineup and what's going to be in and out of this game. Okay, so first I want to start with on a positive note before I start my ranting. So here goes. Forza Horizon 4 now features the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. Jesus Christ. Hope I didn't make too much of a mess of the name, but anyway, this is one of the cars that I have been waiting to drive for some time now, and I am very happy to see that it will make it to Horizon 4 lineup. Can't wait to see what this baby's got, actually. I know it's pretty special. It's a pretty special car. Everyone is admiring it and saying what a good car it is, and I'm no exception. I haven't driven it yet in any game or reality either, so I'm really excited about this. Now, on to other news. Toyota and Lexus are not going to be in the lineup. Yeah, I was as surprised as you. So basically, if you want to drive their cars, you know, Toyotas and Lexus, you will have to play Horizon 3. At least you can actually buy Horizon 3 at a lower price right now. Although, to be honest, I was looking in the store and I was expecting it to be much lower than 40 euros. It's 39.99, and that is it feels excessive for a game that was released for a previous iteration of this game, basically. But I think once Horizon 4 will be released, the price should drop considerably. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm struggling to keep my English good, but it's not working out for me every time, but I guess you understand. Okay, so let's get back to the issue at hand. Why do we not have Toyota and Lexus in the Horizon 4 lineup? Well, if you haven't guessed it, and you haven't been watching YouTubers in recent weeks, months, something like that, it's because, and I quote, realistic video games make fast cars unnecessary. Yeah, this is what a Toyota executive said back in 2009, and it looks like they're actually trying to make good on that statement and get their cars out of games, basically. That's crazy. Anyway, now I know that racing games are getting better and better, but that does not mean that people are not enjoying them in real life as well. I have a lot of fun in game, but I still want to get into a fast car and throw it around, right? Don't you guys? It makes sense, don't it? Anywho, looks like it doesn't make sense for everyone. I don't know what to say. It blew my mind when I first heard this. So anyway, so I guess their way of thinking about this is that if you get, for example, a new Supra in a game like Forza Horizon 4, you won't feel the need to buy it in real life. That's just retarded. Anyway, I'm speechless. The reason I usually get excited about certain cars is because I get to test drive them in games in the first place. I know that I'm using test drive in the sense that it's not actually accurate, but from my experience, the way the car handles is pretty darn close. Especially in it depends on the game, how realistic it wants to be, how much of a simulator it wants to be. But for example, I can give you an example. So there was the Lancer Evolution X in Project Cars. First time I played it was so I played. Well, actually, I want to compare this with Project Cars 1 even. So not even Project Cars 2. That was actually better, basically, in every other way. But at the time, I had a 2010 Lancer Ralliart, and I wanted to drive the Evo in Project Cars to see if there how much of a difference it is between game and reality. And I just want to say that the actual gameplay, the way the car handled in the game was pretty close to my actual car. So it is true that games are becoming very, very precise and very, very close to reality, but they will not give you that same satisfaction. It's I don't know, in my opinion, it's stupid to think that way. Anyway, the thing is, one good motivator for me to buy my next car would be the fact that I could know how it handles and I know what I can do with it. So test driving it with quote unquote in a game would actually bring me closer to my overall goal. So I'm thinking the reality is always better than a game. That has always been true, except for when we'll have like chips in our minds and whatever in our brains, and we'll be able to make like games out of dreams or some shit like that. I don't know, that's it's a bit far-fetched, I think, but anyway. Yeah, well, I guess we can't do anything about this problem. Well, not problem, well, it is a problem for some people, I guess. For me it is. Except maybe we can express our thoughts of disappointment to Toyota/Lexus for their decision. And I just want to move on because I am way too disappointed about this, especially since I was actually thinking about a brand new Supra, and driving a stock car in a game, seeing how it handles. That's one of the basic things you could want. I don't know, especially in a game like Horizon 4, where you can like swap engines afterwards and suspension and stuff like that. It's just too bad. But yeah, guess there's nothing we can do, is there? Try as we might. Anywho, yeah, that's my chair squeaking, whatever. Okay, moving on. Another surprise is that Mitsubishi is also out of the running. I am even more disappointed in this regard than with Toyota and Lexus, even though I do own a Lexus right now, and it would have been nice to drive it in Horizon. It's, yeah, too bad. But because I own the Lancer Ralliart, it always makes games more fun to play for me, knowing that I can drive that car in that game again, and just I get nostalgic every time I play with those cars. But such is life, I guess. Now in Mitsubishi's case, I sort of, but don't understand, but sort of. and the way that sort of is so right now their lineup consists of crossover cars, the Lancer, which is actually only the usual Lancer, the normal Lancer, which is very slow and very boring, and a small car, Mitsubishi Space Star, and some other crossovers, the new Eclipse, which is a total disappointment. The new Eclipse should have been a sports car, but it's a hybrid crossover. Of course, that should be logical, right? No, it's not logical. I don't know what they're thinking, but whatever. So to some degree, I guess I understand what they're doing. They're trying to get all the negativity that's been spreading about Mitsubishi lately, in the sense that since now they don't have any sports cars in the lineups, and everyone is actually getting more attached to the older iterations of the Evo. I guess they're trying to just impose. I don't think that's the right word, but they're trying to force developers to get the current lineup in the games. Only thing is, and the problem here is, they don't have any fun cars anymore, so no one wants their cars in the game. So basically what they're doing, I think, is they're trying to force everyone's hand and saying that if you don't want our current lineup, then you don't have the right to get anything. That's what I'm thinking they're doing, but I'm not really sure. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping they'll change their minds, but we'll see in time, I guess. Anywho, I think because of their new lineup, I don't think we'll see Mitsubishi cars in games anymore. That would be a big disappointment for me, because Evo. But unless they change their minds about giving licenses to game developers, I don't see how this is gonna go. But anyway, so I think these are the biggest news regarding Horizon 4. We had a lot of cars that should make up for the missing ones. Just too bad that we will not get to play with them in this game. Hopefully for future games these manufacturers will realize that they have made a mistake and license back their cars to the game developers. Well, anyway, with that I'm gonna leave you guys, and that's all for today. Have a nice one.